Hey, what's up? I'm Gina Theresa.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And you are watching the New York Film Academy's Twitch channel,
Schooled.
Tonight's guest, we have with us a very cool guy. His name's Bryan Jaycox. He created a VR application that helps people with conditions like PTSD. He also worked with LucasArts, and he worked with Gore Verbinski of Pirates of the Caribbean fame. He's currently a NYFA instructor, and he runs a design studio called The Build Shop. Everybody, welcome Bryan Jaycox!
Bryan Jaycox.
Ta-da!
Good to have you here, buddy.
Hey guys.
How are you doing?
Good.
Doing good? Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. So, let's scoot over here so we're not all awkward and cramped.
Now we can breathe.
Yeah, please. So, geez, welcome to the show. Welcome to the New York Film Academy's Twitch channel, Schooled. Clearly you're going to take us through Unity in 60 minutes. You're very brave for that.
We've heard some things.
Yeah, well, I mean...
More about Unity. But
yeah, I mean, but the thing is like, I feel like Sean's gonna just swamp on this one. Like, he's gonna be so much better than me. And that's okay. But I wanted to ask you, God, I have so many questions for you. You have so much stuff that is so interesting to me. I went and checked out, so he runs it's a fab company called The Build Shop, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, first off, what's the website so people can check it out?
Sure. If people want to check it out, it's thebuildshop.org.
Okay.
Okay, .org, okay.
Yeah, and you want to know a little bit about what we do?
Yes, because I looked at your pages, and you have
Sure.
all kinds of stuff. He has classes. He's got you can do private quotes. You do lessons, like private lessons as well, on how to like work on things.
Yeah.
Pretty much whatever.
So yeah, our big thing is about taking really cool like high tech stuff like laser cutters, 3D printers, and actually putting them in the hands of everyday people. So normally this is just sort of like niche technology that like design firms, engineering firms have, but our big thing is part of like what's known as the larger hackerspace, makerspace movement, which is actually teaching people how to use that stuff themselves.
And that started in San Francisco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
We do like private design work, like some of the cooler stuff that we've done is we've worked on stuff like props for the movie industry.
Yeah, I saw you've got a portfolio page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. We're basically going to be going into the actual meat of the show, which is Unity in 60 minutes. You're guiding us through how to make a game?
Yep.
Right? From the beginning?
I'm gonna sit here.
No, you're
not
not.
touch the keyboard at all.
You're not
and-
okay. So we're
and-
actually flying. Okay. All right. So now where do we start out?
All right. So first thing you're gonna do, let's go ahead and start up Unity. So
Okay.
go ahead and grab the Unity little cube-looking icon at the bottom
Right here?
there. Yep.
All right. Oh, we got it all set up.
Yep.
Oh, because these usually take a while to load up, don't they?
Yeah, it takes a little bit to load up all the plugins. So yeah, this is essentially the starting scene that you're gonna work with. Vanilla Unity build. You basically just go to go download Unity Vanilla, and pretty much everything we're gonna walk through tonight is included in that base build that you can download and install for free.
All right. Fantastic.
So let me get you started with some of the basics of how to get around here, so that we can start getting into some of the more in-depth tools later on.
Right.
So first thing we're gonna learn is if you move the mouse to the bottom little pane there.
Yep.
That's going to be something known as the Project Pane. Pretty much everything that we are going to bring into the game is first going to be brought into there. It's essentially just like your file browser on a standard computer.
Okay.
Right above that, you have two other little panels. On the left-hand side, we have the hierarchy view, which is essentially just a written list of everything that exists in the current level that we're building. And to the right of that, we have a 3D view of that same level. And then that far right panel, if you click on the tab called Inspector.
Inspector, far right panel, Inspector.
Just up
I
a little
see
bit
nothing.
left of Services.
Wow.
That's a
There
tiny
you go.
word.
So the Inspector is going to be the place where we spend most of our time, because that is what gives us all the special attributes about each of the components that we'll access in the hierarchy. So if you click on one of the objects like the camera,
Okay, so just main camera.
Yeah.
There we go.
Over there in the inspector, you see pretty much everything related to the camera. So you can change the field of view, you can change background color, you can.
Can we make Fallout 5 because that's what DLATXMDNICKLE. Good Lord, make words, man, make words. That's what they want. Then we have 420's asking why not Unreal 4. What's Unreal 4? I'm lost.
Sure. So Unreal 4 is really good. Two of the biggest engines that people develop in these days are Unity and Unreal.
Okay.
Unreal is really good for AAA titles. It has amazing graphics, looks really awesome. But you find a lot of people in the indie scenes deferring to tools like Unity. Some of the smaller mobile games, more indie games, typically work out of this tool. And personally, my own preference, I like this because I feel like it's more flexible. If you're breaking out of known genres, I feel like it's a lot easier to sort of jump into this tool and sort of rework it into something completely new. So first off, easiest thing to bring in here is something known as primitive geometry. So your standard spheres, cubes, capsules, stuff like that. So if you go to Game Object at the very top on the menu bar, go to 3D Object, and just make a cube to start us off. All right, and then all right, so there we have our first.
You
our
made
first
a
3D
cube.
object.
I made a cube. Yay!
Wonderful.
With my companion.
See, we're on the way to.
What's his name?
What?
What's your cube's name?
It's the companion cube.
The cube's name is Spiteful Fox because Spiteful Fox is our newest follower. So Spiteful Fox, welcome.
Spiteful Fox.
You are now immortalized in Sean's cube.
I don't know. I heard he's a bit of a square. So.
Do you want to name it?
What's the time? How long have we made it before his first dad joke?
All right, so let's go ahead and select that.
Foxy. Foxy Boxy.
And then see where it
This is why
says
I'm
cube
here.
right now in the hierarchy?
Yes.
There's also the name cube over on the right hand side.
There is.
Go ahead and select that and rename it Spiteful Fox.
Can we just name it Foxy Boxy? I feel like that's really good.
We'll make a buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, sidekick.
Yeah, okay. Spiteful Fox and the Foxy Boxy. That's the name of this game. We just made it.
Nice. We're on the way to Fallout 4 already, right?
420 says it's a great cube, and Red
let's
Strike
see.
says this cube is on fire.
All right, that one should be a little bit smaller though, right?
Yeah.
We don't want it to dwarf Spiteful Fox.
Yeah, no, never.
Okay.
It's the
So how should we shrink this then?
Okay, so object manipulation here. So we have W. Which gives us our move tool. We have the three little arrows there, green,
right.
red,
Oh,
blue.
yes, I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, not those ones. The
Oh,
one
I
on the
don't
cube.
see. I was totally wrong.
No, you were right. He was wrong. That's fine.
What? These
There
ones,
you go.
yeah?
Good. Yeah. And then hit E.
E.
And that gives us rotation. And you can drag on the little circles there to
Whoa.
rotate it around. Perfect.
Oh my god.
And then you got R.
And R. What does R
Science.
do?
Okay.
R brings. Whoa.
Yeah, there you go. And if you drag on the middle one for this, you can just make it smaller, so it's sidekick size.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
There you go.
And then
Fantastic.
if I remember,
Nope. That's-
I'm just trying buttons now. There we go.
All right, so right now these are just floating in space. So when we bring ourselves into the world, we don't want to just sort of fall into infinity. So we got to make a floor for ourselves.
Probably important.
So let's go ahead and make another one of those cubes. Or if you want to, you can take Spiteful Fox there. You can make him the floor.
Spiteful Fox, just walk all over Spiteful Fox.
No.
Nah, let's not do that.
Okay.
Okay, so 3D object and make a cube,
All
and
right.
then let's stretch this bad boy out.
Yeah. Scale it up really big, and then just flatten it down in the Y-axis, the
That one.
green one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Whoa.
Nice little floor.
There you go.
Floor.
Level design.
It was so easy.
All right, so let's so next up, we probably want to run around in here so that it's actually more game-like. So Unity makes this actually really easy for us. It has a pre-built object called the first-person controller, which allows us to pretty much just drag and drop it into the scene, and then we can run around with WASD, just like
wow.
a first-person shooter.
Cool.
So we don't have to deal with all that coding.
Yeah, we can no code. So
Good news for Gina.
I know. I'm barely hanging on right now, guys.
so let's go to the standard assets folder in the projects.
And the project's down here.
Yeah.
Aha, I'm getting better at this.
And then we're going to go into characters. And then first-person controller.
Yep.
Prefabs. And then just grab either of those guys and just drag them out onto that floor there.
It's a camera.
Perfect. And now, if you hit that play button at the top, we will be in the game.
The game that consists of
Cubes.
two cubes. One of them of questionable
the mouse is the...
intoxication levels.
There they are.
Oh, these are. Oh, they're babies.
Why are they so washed out? Like it's hard to see them from certain angles.
Yeah. So right now,
Like half of that box is gone.
yeah. So right now, all we've done is what's known as we're starting out with something known as gray boxing, which is essentially mapping out all the collisions of our world, but not really giving it any visual aspects that make it interesting. So everything is just represented by a big gray box.
Okay.
So what we can do to fix that is we can actually apply something known as material to these objects to give them a little bit more color.
Can we have like cheetah print velvet?
Come
on, man!
I mean, if you couldn't see the boxes before, what do you think? Okay, quick question though. What if we jump off the edge here? Is there any...
give it a shot.
Oh my god.
Let's
oh
go
my
ahead.
God,
Bye, Foxy Boxy.
Oh no!
Oh!
He just keeps falling.
Just imagine that in VR.
Look at the
probably.
numbers on your y-axis.
It's
just getting worse
just
and worse.
Falling into infinity. Yep.
Okay.
We're approaching 99999 if we want to go for
Nice.
that. But let's move on. I'm assuming escape.
Yep.
It does
Escape and kill the play button. Yep. Good. And then all right. And then let's give the world some color. So to do this, we're gonna create something known as material. So back up on that menu bar there. Go to assets, and then create, and then material.
Material would be
Right about the center.
Up.
There it is.
There you go.
Do you want to give this a shot?
No.
She recoiled like immediately. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not gonna bite.
But it would break, and then the whole show would stop, and we would spend the rest of the show playing Zip Zap Zop.
Nice. All right. So how about we make everything in the world like
Cheetah?
bright shiny gold? Is that close
wow.
enough to cheetah?
What is it, bright shiny gold?
Bright shiny
Yeah.
gold.
Yes.
Make it
All right.
gold.
I'm Italian American, so that's like if you
I-
go to my grandmother's house, like that's what it was. It was just gold and floral print.
Nice.
I accidentally hit enter, and I.
Oh God!
Oh, you
That's
don't
it.
want to do that.
Game over.
That kills Unity
Show's
right there
over.
and your
We're
computer. All right, so I think that's just making it rename the material there. So, do we have a name for that?
Nope, no material. It was like this. Then
Can
I
we
hit
call
enter,
it?
and
Can
then
we call it? Oh yeah.
Fox Gold.
Well, wait. Do we have
that
who else?
faux?
We don't have our chat screen up,
Gold.
so I don't know who we can name it after.
yeah, Spike.
Okay, we
Spike
can.
Jet
We're
Fayed.
gonna name it. We're gonna name it Spike. That's our new game or our new material.
Spike is back.
Welcome
Wonderful.
back, Spike
Back
Jet
again.
Fayed. I'm still saying Fayed. Like in my
Fayed.
mind, you're like some from like Aladdin. I don't know. Like you're some guy like selling pottery.
Oh,
in
we should have
Aladdin.
made Aladdin's lamp. Then we could have made it gold.
Oh, well, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So Spike, material.
All right, so let's select that. Over there in the inspector, we have all the things that we can do to.
Metallic Alpha sounds so metal. that's the name of my Skinny Puppy cover band.
Nice.
Skinny puppy.
Cover band.
What? I've never heard that term before. What is-
It's a game. The nerds in the audience will be like, "Oh wow, she does do nerds." Yes.
I'm confused and intrigued. All right, let's see here.
Spike Jet Fayed apparently did the flip the
Try
table
messing with
emoji.
that albedo first.
I'll be up at the top here.
Yeah.
All right.
And then easiest thing you can do is just change it to like red or something. Just take that little circle there, drag it over.
We're making it gold, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, that works. And then yeah, that works.
Okay.
And then go ahead and close out that color window. And then take that the yellow material there and drag it onto anything in the scene.
My box. Actually, no, because she should be orange, so it has to be you can make the other one yellow.
Foxy Boxy?
Yeah, Foxy Boxy can
Okay.
be yellow.
Cool. She's scared.
And then the floor too. Can you do that?
The floor? Yeah, we
Yeah,
can get
gold
the floor.
plated everything.
Oh my god! But now we're just gonna have the same problem, and the boxes are gonna disappear.
Yes.
Let's-
problematic.
Let's take a quick little peek. Let's see.
It looks like somebody put a hairdryer on a box full of Peeps.
Yeah, that's putting it
And
nicely.
it's just sadly, drunkenly floating through the floor.
Well, I mean, that's how things
So
are
what does
born.
metallic
They're drunkenly
do?
just,
Does
Yeah,
that actually make it
microwaving
metal?
peeps.
Well, so right now, yeah, it just looks yellow. It doesn't look gold.
No.
So
Yeah.
it's so if we want to make it look metallic, go ahead and up. You see where it says shader there, and it says standard next to it. Up.
more.
Right
Oh,
there.
there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Small screen, tiny letters.
Try clicking on specular setup.
Specular.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
just
it.
right there. Okay.
Yep. And in material speak, specular means shiny. So if we want anything that's really, really glossy and shiny, we want something with a specular to it.
Okay.
Cool.
So what we're gonna do is, funny enough, most metal materials, their actual color is not necessarily yellow if it's gold, but their actual color is sort of like a dark blackish color. But the only reason that it looks yellowish gold is because of the shine and how it reflects the light. So we're gonna go ahead and take the albedo, which is the base color, and we're gonna set that back to black. And then if we want it to look gold, we're going to change that specular color and just drag that up to sort of this yellowish gold color. Alright, so that's getting there. Like if you look at the little sphere down there,
wow.
that's
yeah.
starting to look a little metallic.
Yep, yeah.
But we need to
Satin.
do one more thing to make it look a little bit more gold, which is that little smoothness slider there.
Which
Okay.
is
right
Under the
underneath
black and the
specular.
yellow.
Yep.
Drag that up so that it's nice and shiny.
Oh wow,
Whoa!
that's trippy. and so, oh yeah, then there's back to normal.
That's like matte,
Mhm.
semi-gloss, high gloss.
the future.
There you go. So, and if you run around this interactively, you'll see that it'll actually reflect.
Well, that's the thing that we have nothing really to reflect.
Yeah, on the
it's
cube there.
reflecting the cube. See?
It'll reflect the cube, and it'll reflect a little bit of that skybox. The really cool thing about Unity, one of the reasons I really like working with this tool, is it actually mirrors a lot of those paradigms that you have from 3D tools like Max or Maya. If you notice, a lot of the keystrokes, a lot of the hotkeys we were using to sort of rotate around, pan around, move around within the engine, are actually directly the same as Maya to try and give you that ease of transition between tools. So, all right. So next up, we probably want something more interesting than just this primitive geometry here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
I
boxes.
agree.
So we're gonna jump over, and I'm gonna show you some of the more powerful aspects of the Unity engine by jumping into something known as the terrain tool.
Yeah, because you were playing around. I saw you were making like trees and those
That
stuff.
was in like no time.
Yeah, it was like in a
either.
half a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far
Sorcery.
as outdoor scenes are concerned, like Unity makes it incredibly easy for you to just immediately jump into that. So let's go ahead and create one of these starter objects called a terrain by going to Game Object, 3D Object.
I just love that term though. Create empty child.
What? That's why I'm
just
never gonna be a mother.
just choose any one of these or
Terrain.
Terrain, yeah.
terrain. Oh, good thing I had it selected because I
There you
clicked.
go. All right, so let's zoom out really quick.
So it just kind of like filled in the. Is the floor box even still there? Because it just filled everything in.
Yeah, so this actually does have edges. It's just really, really huge. So if you if you zoom out all the way,
Oh,
you'll
there's
see
the
that
edges.
essentially this thing is just another plane. It's just another almost like that box that we created.
And then there's Foxy Boxy.
But this has something really cool about it, which is it has a lot of tools available to you for essentially just sculpting this out into unique outdoor environments. So over there in our inspector again, you can see that you have an array of about 7 different buttons that you can use to do things with this terrain to turn it into that outdoor world.
Oh, yeah.
So let's start with the first one on the left.
Mountains.
Yeah. And that's going to allow us to start painting mountains into the world.
Aw,
So,
man. It's like Bob Ross, like happy little mountains.
And let's just give it a happy little mountain right
just
here.
just a big smiley face on the train. Yeah.
Just maybe a
Whoa.
nice little smiley mountain.
There you go. Beautiful.
That is some demonic-looking, horrifying, like Eye of Sauron. What are you building?
I tried to make a happy face, and now
It's
just
not.
Like,
It's not happy.
see, now he's got ears. Now you see,
getting
he's got
worse.
the eyes, and he's got the ears, and he's got the big old mouth here.
Yeah,
Big
if you
happy grin.
if you paint the eyes bigger, it'll make it better, right?
Yeah, right. Look at that. He's just so happy.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
That's beautiful. All right.
Okay. And
What
then,
is going? Okay.
So then these obviously
DCT says this is like terrain building in SimCity.
it is. It's exactly like that, and it also. So one question. Go ahead. Play with it as much as you want.
If it breaks, I apologize to everyone involved.
Oh, my smiley face. Okay. It reminds me of kind of if you've ever played the game. I think it was
Mountains.
Fracture. I
Okay.
don't know if you played it. It was on the Xbox 360, and
Yeah.
you basically did that. You had the different buttons where your gun could literally make the ground go up or down to give you cover or
shift
or
to
trick
circle
enemies,
target height.
just like this. And so I'm imagining they kind of used some of this code and just kind of
That doesn't-
programmed it
what?
to one of the buttons and just
What?
kind of like the entire place. It's like, all right, does this, does that.
Yeah, totally. One of the coolest games like that is a game called From Dust.
What is this?
Um,
I don't...
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one where you're basically God and you got
Yeah.
all the villagers on the islands? and
Exactly.
everything? Oh, that game was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah, God game, you can sort of like, you can pick up different elements in the world. You can sort of pick up dirt
I'm
over here,
undoing
dump it
what I
over
did.
here. You can redirect rivers.
I love scooping
start
up the
fires.
water and just
Yeah.
like you get to that point in the game where it's just kind of like you have your
They've
villages
left
set
the
up, everybody's
child
happy, and you're
unattended at
just
the
like, you know
children's
what, enough of that.
table,
And you
and
like
they've gone
gather
to
all this
talk
water.
about
and just-
adult things, and I'm just ruining whatever.
Yes.
That's gonna be a lake. It's a lake in the middle of the mountains, okay?
The
I did it-
terrain's coming along incredibly well
I
right
did it by
Yes,
accident.
This is wonderful.
What is smooth height? I'm just pressing buttons.
There you
That's
go.
how you learn.
Oh, so it's like more gradual. Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
No?
so I mean, like you got the really spiky points on the
Yeah,
mountains
I don't
right
want
now.
the spikies.
If you want them to be nicer, rolling pastoral hills,
Oh my god.
so
I'm
you've
doing
got the
this so
smooth tool already.
The
What
national
you'll want to
llama,
do
these
is
mountains are lit. Gina's having the time of her own.
so crank up the opacity. So I mean, they use same.
Oh, I see. I see.
They use like Photoshop terminology, so
Okay,
it's
yeah.
sort of like opacity is like making it stronger.
Yeah.
And if you do that and then just paint over it, like scrub back and forth over it,
Oh,
you'll see that it
nice.
sort of
I'm kind of making them look
smooths
like,
it away a bit.
well,
Yeah.
They kind of are starting to look like boobies. I don't think I'm doing
Oh, I was
going
gonna
to
say sand dunes, but I mean.
Well,
to
they
each
don't
their
look
own.
like sand dunes. I'm ruining your mountains.
or if you're just incredibly upset with this right now and you just want to
Thank
wipe
you.
the slate
Yeah.
clean.
What do I do?
Go
What did I
to-
do? How did I make all that happen?
Go back to
Yeah, it doesn't
inspector
look
at the
that-
top there.
Yeah.
Click.
There you go.
And then if you click on the second button in terrain, down a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
this.
that one. You can select a height there as
Oh.
the third slider, and then hit flatten, and it'll just erase everything. There,
Flatten.
all gone.
All right. Okay. So let's make real looking mountains.
Okay, so two things you can do to keep it from like shooting into those giant
Yeah,
like
that was my
weird
bad.
spikes.
That you guys left me alone.
So your world is very spiky in your head, just kind of like
The
spikes
world
everywhere.
matches my soul. What am I doing?
So let's take the brush size and drag it up a little bit bigger.
Like that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh wait.
can
Oh,
do
you mean
those.
down here?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And then opacity, we're gonna drag that down a bit from 100 because if you have it at 100, it's pulling up those mountains as strong as it
yeah.
can.
Look. Oh, it looks like
Okay.
like this the good Irish rolling hills. Then
Nice.
look at those guys. Look at them hills. Dem Hills is on point.
Dem
Yep,
hills.
that was pro.
Dem hills fleek.
Oh! No! Is there an undo? Like, can I Control Z?
That's actually.
Oh, I literally can Control Z.
Yep,
Oh,
gone.
legit. Like it never even happened.
That has saved me so many times when I was working with 3ds Max. Like you move that
I want that
one
to go
little
back
trigger
down.
just
So-
too much, and the whole thing freaks out.
So what was it? It's the second one, and I can...
Uh,
if I wanted to
you wanna
smooth
destroy
that
it
out...
again?
No, just smooth it out a little bit.
I think you bring
oh,
everything
do
to
the
this-
third tool then for smooth.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And then opacity is going to make it smoother the further down it is?
I think it makes it
higher
smoother the
opacity
higher.
makes it smoother. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I like this. It's like a mound.
Cool. All right, so let's do one last thing before we hit the break, and let's actually make this look like real terrain.
Yes, I would like it to look like the Connemara Mountains. Thank you.
So let's go ahead and hit the fourth tool there with the little brush.
Is your
yeah, you can drive now. You
Fourth
have
tool with a little
proven your-
brush.
All right, and then click on Edit Textures. Down where the brush size opacity was, but a little
okay.
higher.
Paint
And then
texture.
over to the right, down,
Oh my god.
down.
Edit textures.
There
There
you
it
go.
is.
Sweet.
Add texture, I assume, because that's
Perfect.
my only thing.
And then click on the texture 2D, the left one, and hit select.
Oh, select. Oh, the little select.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Come on.
this gives you a list of every single image file that is in that project folder right now. So we brought in a bunch of the pre-built packages from Unity. So there's a ton of this stuff right now.
Can we just make the ground look like an aircraft?
Shauna.
Why? There's so many aircraft options. Look at that. How can you ignore them?
I can't see them. I don't know. I'm just looking at green. Okay, what do I do? Tell me which one to click.
Let's do scroll down to find one called Cliff Albedo. Up a little bit more. They're all
because it's in alphabetical,
Yeah.
Gina. So Cliff would come definitely before the D's.
Or
Cliff Albedo Specular.
yeah, perfect. Or if we ever want to make this easier too, we have a little search bar up there, just like
Oh,
Google.
right.
So
Yeah,
just type it in
Would
there,
make
and
sense.
it's good.
Okay, so then I hit add.
Yep. And then we get it quilted across the entire environment.
Yep.
And it looks really weird from this God view, but if you hit the play button right now, and fingers crossed we don't fall through the floor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You do this part.
When you actually play the game,
It's a moon.
yeah, even
is
though
Foxy?
even though it's patchworked across there, it actually looks like it makes a bit of sense because you're zoomed in really
Look
close
at
to the
my
ground.
mountains.
Yeah.
They look so good.
And it's starting to look like a real game.
A lot bigger up close.
Oh yeah, and when you're walking into it too. Huh. Interesting.
So then, okay. Oh, so there are. Okay, so the coding physics are in there. You can't go up there if it's too steep or anything like that.
Yeah, but you can still do sort of the mountain goat jump.
Yeah.
How are you
like-
jumping?
Skyrim.
Space barring?
Yeah, exactly.
all this stuff is it's all programmed in here and everything. All the movements, actions, jumps, everything. It's all
Cool.
good to go.
Will he die if he jumps off of there? I guess because we haven't programmed life and death, so you can
Well,
technically.
we can find out.
No.
Or we could just
Yeah.
jump off the face of the earth again.
Yeah.
Huh. Is there a way to push this up to like full screen? Or there is, but then it's like you're actually having to play the game. Like you have to produce the game, right, to do it.
You don't have to. What you can do is if you kill it really quick, if we click on the game tab there, we can preview what it's going to look like when we actually play the game. And then there's a button over
Somewhere.
upper right called Maximize on Play. And if you hit that, it'll make it look... It
So
won't
anytime
be
we hit this
completely full
button-
screen, but it'll be nearly full screen when you
Only
play.
on
So
this
then-
tab or on scene as well?
Only on the game tab.
Only
So
on the
then
game
you
tab.
hit play and it makes it big.
There you go.
Oh look.
And then you got to use the mouse for the camera.
Oh, okay. Well, look at me. Look at me. I'm done. I'm a jump with Foxy. Wow. So is there a way to control the height jump?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, but we're not going to do that right now because you just barely learned how to make a mountain. Gina.
Well,
Slow down. Slow down. Yeah. Loud and clear. Okay, so what do? I exit, like escape, and then I press the button.
yeah, go ahead and
did
kill
it.
that. And all those
Red Strike says it looks incredibly nice. Thank you, Red Strike. Counting the fact that it was made in less than 10 minutes. Seems
Yay.
Thanks. I did the mountains and the grass, whatever that is. rocks,
I did shiny
moss.
foxy.
Okay, yeah. So
do you want to make him sort of jump like Superman? Do that?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah?
Yes. Well, why don't we
National Almost is to build a rehab facility for the drunk bot.
before we get into jumping like Superman, why don't we build just a few quick things here before we go on break?
Yeah, because we have like 1
Sure.
minute till we have to go on break.
Yeah. So let's see. Game object. What should we build?
Do you want to add some trees?
Let's add some
Or do
trees.
you want to... Okay, so click on the 5th icon there.
On the 5th one?
Yep. And this is going to work similar to the texture that we painted on there. So click on Edit Trees. Add Tree. And then where it says None Game Object.
It's basically all prefabs. Nocturnal Toxin. It is all prefabs.
Yep.
And I am...
All right, click on the little bullseye next to that.
Like, by the hair of my chinny chin, I am hanging on.
And then go ahead and grab any of those things with the little tree icon next to them.
That's a really scary forest. Imagine getting lost in that.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. When I used to do this before, I actually was given mandatory breaks. I was literally told by my instructor to go on break.
I can imagine. Because I am so... When I'm like building, I just spent like 2 hours trying to like clothe my avatar on Xbox Live. Like I get really particular. So I can definitely see how this works.
Oops, I'm just building more trees here. Let's I'm trying to, how do we move this camera again? It's just it's not that.
Go ahead and zoom in using the scroll wheel.
I'm not trying to zoom though, I'm trying to pan.
Just click the middle mouse button.
Can I hand this to you
there we go.
log me into Twitch?
Okay, and then just add some trees.
Otherwise,
in
I'll
here.
be talking by my.
So this as you were
Twitch
showing me, you can adjust the brush size for the trees, and so you can actually like give it a very wide range. As you can see, I was having fun with the trees before.
Is that a little? Oh, I got excited. I thought it was a little lake.
So that is a lot of trees.
That's so peaceful, but it's not.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Oh cool.
So
okay, I'm logged in.
A little, but then if I hold it down, it's just kind of like ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Aww.
So lower density, you
can
can be a lot more precision with how you're laying these out.
Oh, I'm not.
get
They
rid of
didn't
that many
actually
trees,
log me
though,
in.
'cause
They're
crash
like,
the
no,
whole
you
system."
don't get to talk in chat, Gina.
All right, so then let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Actually, I should have gone to the other tab, shouldn't I?
That's fine.
Yeah,
you're good.
Still okay, cool.
Yep.
So this, obviously I've planted way too many trees because you can see it's moving a little choppy.
Yeah.
Frame rate's a little low. But, we look this way and it's fine. Look at that, Gina. You got some trees on your mountain.
I'm trying to log into Twitch so I can laugh maniacally.
So you can text everybody.
Yeah,
as we're,
so I can be like, "What up, bruh?"
All right. So
what do you guys? they're trying to take
away my Twitch.
It's like the teacher in class. Just like, give it to me.
Those trees are amazing.
So
can you navigate in between them?
Let's
it should have colliders already pre-built on them.
That's so cool. So you don't hit
you
them.
can run into them.
You can run into them and you don't move, or you can just walk straight between them if it's good enough.
You guys are lucky. I can't actually log in because I can't do the thing with there's no cell phone signal, so I can't get my SMS to verify my phone. Whatever.
Okay, so then let's see. First off,
National Llama's
let's
the
try
same
and
as
how do I reduce some of these trees here? There's a lot and it's killing frame rate.
Let's see.
But it still
You
has to
should
text
be
the
able
phone.
to. You see right under where it says place trees, it says hold down shift to erase trees.
DCT wants to know
I
if there's
don't
only
see that
one
at all.
type of tree. I do see many conifers.
No, there are. There are pre-built ones, but Unity has speed tree built into it, so you can actually create your own trees within Unity.
I'm gonna make an avatar
whatever
universe.
specification you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go home and download this. For the tech deficient, do you need to have like a super crazy processing unit to like play with Unity? Because it's just kind of like a basic Dell. Like I got my grandmother's Dell when she passed away. She left it to me, and it's really swanky, but like it's just it's an old lady's laptop.
Sure. So,
You broke it!
deleted everything.
It wasn't me.
It's okay. It's okay. I wanted the trees gone anyway. Screw the planet.
We don't need no stinking oxygen.
So to your first question, Unity is essentially just running a game. So if you can play games on that computer,
I never have.
you can run Unity and build stuff on there.
Okay.
And also, how much it chugs your computer is going to be totally dependent on what you build. So right now you can see that what we're building is sort of like maybe PlayStation 2 era, something like that. So if we're working with
that?
lower
Palm
tech stuff,
trees?
I decided to give us a nice few.
Can we make Hawaii?
We could. This is Unity. We can make whatever we want.
Yay.
I feel like it should be Jurassic Park, and there's like the little frilly neck lizard coming to spit acid in your face.
All right, like I was gonna ask earlier, now that I've got the tree situation under control.
now that I have...
What do you guys at home think that we should start building now? Because we've got
Yes.
Foxy Boxy, we've got our little box friends over here, we've got our
They're
mountains.
chilling under a shade tree.
Yeah, like right under.
We need to
it.
make a llama character
Yes, we should make a llama
for the national llama.
Yes.
So now that I can actually see you guys on chat, you can talk to me. Hooray! Let us know what you want us to build. And
so first off, llama. Let's go with llama.
Yeah.
First off, until we get more suggestions.
so what do llamas like? Llamas like pastures, and they need water. I think we should build a pond and some grass.
A pond?
Like
Okay.
a grassy pond.
So a grassy pond. Let's see.
We call it Llama Park.
All right.
It's a national treasure.
Okay.
Great, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so... Alright, so this is one of the tough things about the terrain. Right now, so if you click on the Build Mountain button, you'll see underneath where it says Raise Lower Terrain that we can actually drop the terrain down if we hold down Shift. But, go ahead and try that out.
Downshift.
Yeah,
Loco
hold
wants us
Shift
to
and
make
then
a main
paint.
character, the volleyball, the story of Wilson, and then also Llama. Oh,
right.
Llama wants us to have a rehab for the drunk cube, and I guess name that after him.
Alright.
So, question. So while we're dropping the terrain down,
Uh-huh.
Well, hold on now, because now
So-
we see something's not.
So if you hold down Shift right now, it won't actually drop it down. One of the downsides to terrain is it actually has a minimum height. So when you first create the terrain, it's at 0, and then
so
you
you
can
have
paint it
to-
up to 100.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see it.
So you remember that tool I taught you guys before for just
one here?
erasing everything?
yes,
Um,
I'm very good at
On the
that
second
too.
button?
Is there? Okay. Well, yeah. I was about to say because I didn't want to erase anything. I'm like, no, look at what you made. Why would you do that? Can't we just like raise it all up but erase? Okay, we're here to teach, not.
We can. Do you wanna do a little? We can do a lake on a hillside. So let's just paint a ring of mountains around there, and then that'll provide our raised terrain for the water. So let's make the brush size a lot smaller.
Much smaller.
And the
And
opacity
then-
as well. I'm assuming.
Because you're going
it's
down,
fine.
right?
And then okay, so that's nice and small. And then
I want it, like-
move it over one of the
I want it,
mountains,
like there.
and hold down Shift, and then paint a little divot into that mountain there.
Ooh.
Whoa,
There
that's
you
a
go.
big old lake.
Okay, cool. And then
I have a question.
mhm.
So if he tried to put a lake on flat ground, would the water spread out everywhere?
That is a really
No. So this is one of the downsides of games, even AAA titles that are out there right now, is that would be something known as fluid dynamics, which is
Okay.
still incredibly hard to, incredibly processor heavy, because you're essentially computing how all those little
Yeah.
particles of
Like,
water are
yeah.
interacting with each other. So even today in AAA games, most of what you get in terms of water is basically just image effects. It's basically just something
Right.
known as a shader. So you basically have a flat plane, and then you throw something that looks like water on top of that and animate it, and
So it would look like water, but it wouldn't interact like water, and that you wouldn't be able to swim through it. To swim through something, you'd have to create a divot in the game like this.
well,
That comes down to coding, I would say, isn't it? Because like you were just saying, it's just kind of like a visual for the water.
yeah, swimming through it is going to be something different. That's you actually jump underneath that flat plane that makes up the surface of the water, and then they apply a bunch of visual effects like fisheye and
Yeah.
tint it blue and have little silt and stuff
Huh.
floating in the water, and that makes it seem like you're underwater, but it's still just essentially visual effect.
So because it doesn't have the, what did you call it, liquid?
It doesn't have fluid dynamics.
Fluid dynamic.
Yeah.
So if he put water on the top of the mountain, it wouldn't then fall into that hole. Like you couldn't make a waterfall like that. A waterfall is just going to be visual.
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
And waterfall effects, like flowing water like that, is going to be particle effects type stuff as well. So let's so let's go ahead and see if we have the standard water effect in standard assets at the bottom.
Standard assets. There it is.
And then I think it should be under either effects or environment there. So let's open up effects.
I think probably
Let's do, let's try environment instead,
Yeah.
I think is where they stash it at.
would make sense.
And then water.
Water. Wow, they really make it easy.
Yeah, right? And then let's try a few of these out. So try, prefabs.
Mammals. What?
And then, what does that second one say?
I can't tell.
Water
Pro nighttime. Okay, so let's try Water Pro daytime on the left and
So
drag
while
it
they're
out.
figuring
and
out water.
Just up into here.
My name is Gina,
Yeah.
and I am here to tell you about prefabs. So basically, in Unity,
Right,
it
go
comes
ahead and run it, and
downloaded
let's see if that
with
looks good.
certain
Oh,
prefabs, and
that's
then
all
I
it
think
is?
also
I think that should be
they've
it,
brought over some that they've already
what if
made.
I guess
Basically,
I
it's
can't
like
click
drag and drop water. Like that's what we're doing. We're like, what kind of water do we want? Well, let's see what this looks like, and we can click the little box and then
If you
drag
hold
it
down-
over and
you hold
release
down
it
shift, you
over
can
the
run over
area or the area where we want it.
Shift is in. Okay.
And right now we're running around this game that we made. I'm super glad that we're fast. How come there's no water in the hole?
That looks really weird.
Yeah.
It's clear water.
Well, because
Oh, there you go.
Because they're both on
Oh,
the exact
yeah.
same plane.
and it's
so-
Yeah.
also like it looks like rain puddles.
Well, it's clipping. Oh, it does look like rain puddles.
Yeah, so
Not
the water's...
effect we were going for.
So let's drag it up a tiny bit. You see how it's sort of shimmering like that? That's something called Z-fighting, which essentially means like if you have two
I love
flat
Dragon Ball
planes
Z.
that are exactly in the exact same position,
They're gonna.
they overlap and
compete.
it tries to draw both of them at once. Yeah.
Interesting.
So let's take that water, select it in the hierarchy, Water Pro Daytime,
Sneaking onto.
and then just drag it up just the tiniest bit.
All right, and then I want the W, and then just the tiniest.
We
bit.
have
There go.
Colvin,
And then try playing it
Loco
again.
Boy, and Nocturnal Toxin, and Spike Jet Faid, and the National Llama, and DZTX95, and Red Strike, and then me. Hi, all of us. We're super awesome
There
we
hanging out
go.
on a Tuesday night.
We got you a nice little lake
We got
here.
a little pond, and
Yep,
this is
and a llama
for
pond.
National Llama.
National Llama. Now we got to
So-
build her drug rehab center.
Yeah.
On the lakefront.
Yeah, it's alcohol and drug because one of our boxes is a little tipsy, and
Yeah.
that was an accident.
Yeah.
Why is the box still in the middle of the ground? I'm just wondering why it's buried.
It's its home. It's its home. Look at it. It's gold. It's treasure. I mean, it's buried
Actually,
treasure.
it does
Yeah,
kind of
it's
legit
buried
look
a
like
little bit,
buried treasure. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, he's 100% with that.
Okay, so we still got
Great,
some
and so
other
many likes on
we still got some
Instagram.
other really cool stuff I can show you.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to start learning the physics system in here?
I'm down.
Wow.
So we can actually build stuff that we can run into, push around, roll around the environment.
I'm down for that.
We can build a giant like Indiana Jones boulder rolling off the mountain.
Yay!
Oh yes.
All
Let's
right.
do it. Okay.
If the boulder were to hit the water, would water automatically splash, or do you have to put that in?
Probably have to put that in. Right now, I think it's mostly just a visual shader
Oh,
on that
okay.
water, so shouldn't react too much from the boulder. So let's go ahead and creating that giant boulder. It's not going to look like a rock. It's going to look like a sphere for now because we don't have a rock mesh.
Right.
So we're just going to start with a base sphere there. And then scale it up nice and big so that
That would be the
R. Yep.
R. Yeah.
So since we don't have a rock, well, you're excessive with the size of that boulder, my friend. If we don't, what's floating in space?
Yeah.
Get it together,
It's
Sean.
the Death Star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
beautiful. Leave it. Yeah.
It's a giant boulder in the middle of space.
Show me
Um,
what you got.
So okay, so you said that we don't,
Nice.
boys.
50. Yeah. Okay, drag it over the
So
mountain
we don't
side.
have a rock mesh. How do we get a rock mesh?
Well,
We have to make it, or we can download it somewhere, or.
yeah, so all the prefabs that we've been showing so far, they're built into Unity, but there's a whole group of third-party developers that are building really cool plugins for Unity. So whether you're looking for code or art assets or anything essentially, you can actually go up on something known as the asset store and find these assets that you can add into Unity later on. So if you go to Window up in the menu bar,
Okay. Oop, I wanna.
That is ridiculous.
yeah, that's perfect.
Window up in the menu
These
bar.
are-
Yep.
Da-ba. There we go.
And then go to Asset Store.
So it says store. Does that mean you actually have to
Where-
buy it?
Some of them. So they have a whole storefront, just like Steam, where you can essentially buy third party tools, download
I
them,
don't.
and bring them into Unity.
No, I don't know what that is. I just-
So So I bet you if you searched for like boulders right there, you'd probably find some art assets that other people have made of just generic rocks that you could drag into your game.
Generic rock.
Just boulders.
As opposed to the specialty ones, yeah.
Specific rocks.
Yeah. And there you go.
Oh, look, there's a good one.
Which one here?
There.
This one?
All right,
No,
so
bottom right, it's a black background. That looks like a good
Yeah.
rolling rock to squish
So-
somebody.
80 different collections of boulders if you look there.
Oh wow, that's a lot of rocks.
That is a nice boulder
So
pack
in
right
this,
there.
is
Nice
there
boulder
one?
pack, ladies and gents.
Do we have a rock
I picked
pack
that boulder
already
pack.
installed, or not so much?
We don't. If you want to, we can see how big this is and try and bring it in.
Yeah, it's kind of showing
Go ahead and
people at
click
home
down
if
one.
anybody's actually tuning in. Because I heard, a little bird told me that we actually posted this on a subreddit. On a
not too
Unity subreddit. So there's people coming in from Reddit that are kind of checking us out for an actual how-to on Unity, which is awesome because that's the whole point of the
That's
show.
really cool, yeah.
And so now we just showed somebody how to log into the store and download a boulder pack.
Yeah,
A
look at that,
really
we're
good
done.
one. Best boulder pack you've ever seen. Best boulders, good boulders. You
It's
need boulders, I
fantastic,
got
yeah.
boulders. The best ones you've ever seen.
I can't help but thinking like just all the Rick and Morty references now, just like we were talking about. So like even that little pitch right there. I'm Anti Ice Johnson and I'm on fire. And it's just, that's all I can think of. It's like,
Nice.
The National Llama says that
All right.
our show is helpful.
Click on that warms my heart.
I know, you're
try.
warming the cockles of Bryan Jaycox'
Yeah.
heart.
So
see.
click on import there.
Yep. Thank you, Russ Denny, for donating your free boulder pack.
Too high res.
What's the difference
Way too
between a
high res.
material and a mesh?
Oh, mesh is the actual 3D object. Material is just
What you coat it with?
no. Yeah, essentially. So it's gonna be a flat image. So JPEG, like what you would download off the internet. So funny enough, every single one of these 3D objects that are in here,
Like that giant boulder.
the only reason these look somewhat realistic is because it's basically got like a 2D image almost shrink wrapped around the outside of the 3D mesh.
Interesting.
So when we took this terrain and did edit textures here, we were essentially just grabbing a JPEG image and just plastering it over the terrain
Got it.
over and over and over again. Okay, ready to bring in some boulders?
Let's do it.
All right. So I have not messed with this free boulder pack before, so we're gonna have to poke around a bit and see where
Rockin'
they're
and
at.
rolling. Pun
So
intended.
I would guess.
I got a dad joke in.
I would guess it's in
proud
that
of myself.
prefab folder there.
Where to go? There we are. Prefab. But up.
And then
Bluestone, redstone, sandstone.
What
I'm
do you
gonna
think?
go blue.
Yeah,
Blue?
You want
really?
red?
Blue?
Wait, we have a new follower, and his name was Zebo78. It's gonna be a lag, but Zebo, you should tell us what color boulder. We'll make another boulder for you.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So this
choose a
boulder.
This is Sean's
blue?
boulder.
Sean's boulder. Okay.
Sean's
Sean's
boulder
boulder.
is
We're making
red.
it red because I love red.
Right. 2K or 4K? Let's go with 4K. Yeah.
I imagine it's the different resolutions. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
And there are 4 different types: Boulder
Boulder
1,
one,
Boulder
Boulder
2.
Oh, look at all those little cuties down there in the corner.
oh, that's
All right.
right. It has a little image down there.
Look at that boulder.
Yep.
Best boulder ever.
So let's do Boulder 4. He wants blue.
Four.
Zebo says blue.
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 Oh, we're doing everything
Yeah,
wrong.
Zebo, you
Okay,
my babe.
back.
Redstone.
Zebo
Bluestone.
has good taste.
All right.
4K. And
While they're doing this, I'm going to
let's go
shamelessly
for.
plug our social media.
And
I'm Gina
Okay.
Theresa. You can
Scale
find
it
me
up.
on
Let's make it
Instagram
gigantic,
at Gina.Theresa. You can also find me on Twitter at
Whoop, whoop,
Ashes Then Dust. Sean is on Twitter?
Yeah. Oh,
Instagram
we're
only.
doing that now.
Yeah, Sean's on Instagram, and he is SeanBot 2.0.
I am Instagram SeanBot 2.0,
Do you
and
have
on
any-
Twitter I am
Oh,
Sean Zeno.
Twitter. I
SeanZinno.
That's super exciting. Do you have social media for the build shop?
Yes.
You're like, I think I do.
Yes. We should just be the Build Shop on Facebook.
Cool. Facebook,
Yeah.
the build shop.
So you can find us on there.
Also, the website is thebuildshop.org.
It is all on the website. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So
What do you think?
Yeah.
You think this
Okay.
is a good size? You think
that
we're
is
good
an
here?
excellent size.
I mean, you can't
What
even.
is this? You're gonna kill everyone.
There's the original boulder. There's...
all right. So yeah, kill original boulder.
I'm not even making a boulder. I'm making a meteor by this point.
This is apparently we're reenacting the end of time.
So just
This is the apocalypse. Apocalypse
All right.
boulder.
And then
Why is it on her
click on that.
forehead?
And then, whoa, what is...
Oh. Undo. All right. And then just hit play right now. And I think it should just be floating in outer space.
You're gonna have to turn around real quick in case it falls. Oh, oh.
Yeah, so it's just floating up there. And we want it to crush everything. So we're going to give it physics so that it rolls over on top of the player when he spawns into the world.
Oh, man.
So
This is going to be sad.
go ahead and kill it. And then...
Let's go ahead and move it. Okay, why does it go down when I do that? Is it because I was...
Yeah, make sure you're dragging from the individual arrows, not the
that
middle.
makes sense.
Okay.
And then click on Add Component on that guy.
Add component. That's over
Big
here.
button at the bottom of the inspector. And then Physics.
Do.
And then go ahead and give it a rigid body. And rigid body is the special component that gives things physics within the Unity universe.
Okay.
All right, and then go ahead and hit play.
Oh, and it's good to go?
Yeah, it's great naming on that component, right?
Before we do that, let's go ahead and adjust the camera, because I don't want to be, like, turned around and, like, have it fall and we not see it. So, the camera's all the way down here by Boxy.
Oh, it
So
makes
go
a
ahead and
shadow.
select...
Don't kill them. In fact, actually, specifically, National Llama says, as long as the boxes are safe,
You
we're
see,
fine.
you don't know me very well, Llama. I tend to do the
I
opposite
take
of what
no
people say.
responsibility for the further actions of my co-host.
Yeah,
So then let's
E.
see. E. That's right. And we want to... Ooh, this looks...
Oh, undo.
Yeah, Control Z.
And then just drag it along
National
that
Llama
little
says, don't you hurt them
green
cubes.
circle.
Drag it along the green circle. Now, how do you mean...
Here, let me drive.
Yeah.
Let me drive. He's like, let me just... Here, peasant.
There we go. Okay.
All right,
All right.
we're good.
Now let's see what this boulder can do. Yeah.
This is gonna suck. I'm so sorry. Holy cow!
Whoa.
Yes!
All right.
The boxes
That
are
is not a
safe.
lake. That is a sink pit.
So it just fell through the universe because that
Sorry,
boulder
other universe.
that boulder is missing something really important, which is something known as a collision box.
Oh, right, which is why you can't walk through trees.
Exactly. So that's going to be the last thing that we'll add to it, and then it should be good to go.
Don't kill them. We're gonna loot. Like, Llama
it's gonna
followed
happen.
us, and then it's like, JK, undo. They controlled Z out of the chat room.
Collision
Add
detection?
component again?
Well, there's collision
Red Strike
detection.
says
there you go.
and hashtag
Add
stop cube
component?
abuse.
What? A cube abuse? I mean, have you played Portal, the companion cube? It doesn't last long.
DCT's laughing at you.
Okay.
And so is
Physics
Zebo.
again.
Physics
Everybody
again.
laughing at you.
I'm ignoring the hate.
Yeah,
I'm,
right?
I'm
Me
killing
too.
the
I'm
cubes.
just like...
All right, sphere collider. Quick.
Oh,
3
no.
minutes to kill the
And
cubes.
then, is it good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
This is not
Hit
the
it.
game I signed up for. Son of a... Ah, it's coming towards us!
Oh, the cubes are safe. Is it? Wow, those are really strong trees.
Yeah, right?
So
All
what
right,
would you
and there
have
it
to?
goes.
What would you have to code for the trees then? Like a squish factor? Like it can only hold up X amount of weight?
Yeah. So anything, any game where you've seen it, where you can just blow stuff away, that actually requires additional coding known as destructibles. So, so essentially, you would take the tree, and then immediately when you detect something hitting it, you just replace it with a different tree that can explode. That's just made up of a bunch of different chunks.
Oh, wow! It's just gonna keep on.
Oh, and
Yeah,
there it goes.
I caught up with it and I kicked it off the edge.
I don't think you kicked the boulder.
I did.
Nice.
I did.
Well, right now it only has a mass of 1.
Bye.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Boulder.
So it's like
I'm
a
coming
giant
for you, Boulder.
styrofoam. Yeah.
Now this is interesting. Whoa.
That went south so fast.
That was interesting because I actually jumped after it. I wanted to save it, and then it disappeared on me, and so did everything else in existence. It looks
So
like.
now-
Oh, there's a
Oh,
boulder.
there it is.
National
Catching up.
Llama. First they said, "Don't give me portal flashbacks. I have suffered." And then we reassured them that the cubes are safe. And then and they also made fun of the boulder leaving in slow motion.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Cool.
we got our boulder rolling. We got our pond. We'll get that alcoholic rehab center up later.
Just for you, Llama.
But wow. Oh my God. I want to.
We learned so much, guys. If you enjoyed the show, like hashtag NYFA Games, and then hashtag what I learned. right? And then tell us what your favorite thing that you learned tonight in Unity. So basically, we learned how... Run us through everything.
We learned how to build a game from scratch.
Well, I
basically.
wouldn't call this a game. I would not call the total destruction of a tiny cube's vacation a game.
Is that not a game?
No. Because
Sure.
what we learned in like episode 2 was that games have to have an objective, and that didn't happen.
What if my objective is to destroy the cubes?
Anyway, so walk us through what we did tonight, Brian.
Sure. So we learned a ton of the basics of what you can do just with the nuts and bolts Unity graphical user interface. So we started off going over an overview, seeing the Project Pane, where all your files exist, the hierarchy, and the 3D view, where you can actually start building out a level, and then the inspector, where you mess with all the individual
Items in the
individual
game.
variables for
Yeah.
an object.
Yeah.
Following that, we started bringing in primitive geometry that you can use to gray box out simple levels.
Yeah.
Brought
That
in
was Spiteful Fox and Foxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We brought out a first-person controller, which allows us to run around in the world like we're playing a first-person shooter. And then we jumped into the terrain tool so that we could create a big outdoor environment really, really easily with the built-in tools here. Painted up some mountains, added some trees, added some water, and then created a giant boulder to crush it all.
Because
Yeah.
why not?
And so basically that was the night. If you're just tuning in, like why? Like what? Where have you been? Next week we have Shlomo Sher talking about the ethics of video games. So that's going to be pretty cool.
That could be very interesting. I mean, that's debatable for hours.
Yeah, that's gonna be something else. Just to recap on Brian himself, he has a really cool, what do you call it, a high-tech fabrication shop?
Yes.
Is that what it would just be considered?
Yeah, sort of like a crossover, like makerspace and design firm. So,
If you're hanging out and you're in the LA area and you've ever wanted to just be like, you know what, I kind of want to mess around with a 3D printer, or I want to learn about like laser cutting, he offers classes in this. So literally anybody can come in, and class prices are on the website. It's all really accessible. Can come in and learn how to play with that, and he also uses different design programs as well. So you can learn how to work in different, it wasn't like ArchiCAD. What do you guys use? What's it called?
There are a ton of tools you can use.
Okay.
You can use Maya or 3ds Max like you use for the games industry or film industry. You can use SolidWorks like engineers, or some of the good free tools are Blender or OpenSCAD.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so you can check out more information on that. It's called thebuildshop.org, correct?
Yep, that's right.
.org. And they're on Facebook as well as The Build Shop. I am on Twitter and Instagram. My Instagram is Gina.Theresa. My Twitter is Ashes Then Dust. I will get that right one of these days.
Sean Spencer. I'm on Instagram and Twitter as well. Instagram as SeanBot 2.0, and on Twitter, SeanZino, SeanZinno. Thank you, Brandon. I love that name.
And we're going to put that down somewhere in that area in the chat. Other than that, if you want to find out more information about the New York Film Academy, you can check out NYFA, NYFA.edu. You can also go down there somewhere, and there's a button that says Study With Us. You can click that and find out more, because we have our own game design program, which is where we pulled this guy from. So obviously everybody knows what they're doing, because he just taught us how to build stuff in like an hour.
Which is invaluable. I love this. He coming back into it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yep. And then on Thursday, we're playing Overcooked again, and I will take some Valium beforehand, so I won't be so stressed. I won't take Valium because I don't.
It's
But-
okay. Maybe you won't yell as much at Charlie.
Yeah, and Charlie's back. He got engaged. It's gonna be awesome.
Woo, Charlie!
We'll see you guys Thursday, 7:30 p.m., same place, Pacific time. Peace out.
Later.